Yo, what's up everybody, it's your man Explore It Now, and we're about to dive headfirst into the concrete jungle that is New York City. But hold up, before you book that ticket and hail a yellow cab, we gotta talk about the things you should absolutely never do in the city that never sleeps. Welcome to our animated guide on the top 10 things you should absolutely avoid doing in New York City. Trust me, you don't want to be Guy, the one everyone's side-eyeing on the subway or dodging on the sidewalk. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, these tips will help you navigate the Big Apple like a pro. We're talking avoiding tourist traps, blending in with the locals, and most importantly, staying safe and having an epic time. So buckle up, grab your Metro card, and let's do this. Alright, let's talk about sidewalks. Picture this, you're in Midtown and you're stuck behind tourists blocking the sidewalk. Don't be those guys. New York sidewalks are like veins. Blocking the flow is a no-no. Keep to the right, walk with purpose, and don't block the way. Be mindful of others. New Yorkers will thank you. Enjoy the city, but keep moving. Let's all enjoy the urban symphony together. Next up, we gotta talk about tipping. Now, I know this might be different from where you're from, but in New York City, tipping isn't just a nice gesture, it's practically a way of life. Think about it, servers, bartenders, delivery people, they work their butts off, often for less than minimum wage, relying on tips to make ends meet. So, when you stiff them, you're not just being cheap, you're directly impacting their livelihood. The standard tip in NYC is between 15 to 20% of your bill. And look, I'm not saying you have to break the bank, but a few extra bucks can make a world of difference for the hardworking people serving you. Plus, good karma never hurt anyone, right? Tip generously, spread some positivity, and who knows, maybe you'll even get a free dessert or a shout out from the bartender. So, dig deep, tip well, and let's keep those good vibes flowing. Alright, let's talk about the subway. It's the lifeblood of the city, but it can also be a bit of a jungle, especially during rush hour. You're gonna see a lot of weird stuff down there, trust me. One thing you'll notice is that, sometimes, there's an empty subway car in the middle of a packed train. Now, your first instinct might be to dive in and enjoy the extra space. But hold up, my friend. There's probably a reason why everyone's avoiding that car like it's got a bad case of the plague. There's a certain unspoken code of conduct on the subway, and part of that is trusting your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. So next time you're on the subway and you see that empty car, resist the temptation to be a lone wolf. Stick with the pack, embrace the close quarters, and you'll be just fine. Chapter 4. Hailing a cab like a boss. Okay, so you want to hail a cab in New York City? It's practically a rite of passage, right? But before you go sticking your arm out in the middle of traffic like you're hailing a horse-drawn carriage, let me give you a little tip. Know where to stand. See, in this concrete jungle, there are designated taxi stands. Kinda like little oases for cab hailing. You'll find them on street corners, near popular attractions, and basically anywhere there's a high demand for taxis. Now you can try your luck hailing a cab in the middle of the block, but chances are you'll just end up frustrating yourself and the drivers. Plus, it's not exactly the safest move, especially with all the traffic whizzing by. Trust me, when it comes to catching a cab in New York City, patience and strategy are key. Find yourself a designated taxi stand, queue up like a civilized human being, and wait your turn. So, channel your inner New Yorker, master the art of the cab hail, and get ready to navigate the city like a pro. Chapter 5, Times Square, blink and you're done. Alright, let's talk about Times Square. It's bright, it's loud, it's iconic, and you should probably spend about 15 minutes there tops. Look, I get it. Times Square is like the epicenter of everything New York City. It's on every postcard, every movie scene, every tourist bucket list. But here's the thing, it's also crowded, overwhelming, and kinda cheesy. Instead of wasting your precious time in the city that never sleeps trying to navigate the crowds in Times Square, explore the hidden gems, the local neighborhoods, the places where New Yorkers actually hang out. Trust me, there's so much more to this city than just Times Square. So, Ditch the tourist traps, embrace the unexpected, and discover the real New York City. Chapter 6. Subway Symphony? Not quite. Alright, back to the subway we go. Now, I know I already talked about the mystery of the empty subway car, but there's a whole other set of rules you gotta follow when you're riding the rails in New York City. First things first. Let people off the train before you try to board. It's common sense, people. Don't be that jerk blocking the doors and causing a human traffic jam. Wait your turn, be patient, and we'll all get where we need to go eventually. Next up, noise pollution. Keep it down, be mindful of your fellow passengers, and let's all enjoy a little peace and quiet in this underground jungle. And finally, for the love of all that is holy, don't be a pole hog. Seriously, those poles are there for a reason, and it's not to practice your exotic dance moves. Hold on tight, share the space, and let's all try not to fall on each other when the train comes to a screeching halt. So be cool, be respectful, and let's all try to survive this underground adventure together.
Alright, let's talk Broadway. It's the heart and soul of New York City's theater scene.
But those ticket prices can be brutal. You don't have to sell your soul to experience Broadway.
There are ways to score discounted tickets. Check out the TKTS booths for same-day deals.
They offer discounted tickets if you're flexible.
Websites like TodayTix and Broadway Box have deals too.
Try the Rush Ticket Lottery for a chance at front row seats.
With research and luck, you can catch a show without breaking the bank.
Ditch full-price tickets and embrace the art of the deal. Let's talk about street smarts. Be aware of your surroundings and trust your gut. Don't walk with your head buried in your phone. Keep your valuables close and be discreet. If someone makes you uncomfortable, walk away. Your safety is paramount. Stay safe and enjoy the city. Alright, let's talk about food. Now, I know it's tempting to stick to what you know, especially when you're in a new city, but trust me, one of the best things about New York City is its incredible food scene.
And I'm not talking about the chain restaurants you can find in any mall across America. I'm talking about the mom and pop shops, the hole-in-the-wall eateries, the hidden gems that only locals know about. From mouth-watering pizza to authentic bagels to mind-blowing ethnic cuisine, this city has it all.
So, ditch the chains, embrace your inner foodie, and get ready to experience a culinary adventure. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and try something new. Ask the locals for recommendations, explore different neighborhoods, and let your taste buds be your guide. Trust me, you won't regret it.
And hey, if you're on a budget, there are plenty of affordable options out there. Hit up a food truck, grab a slice of pizza, or check out one of the city's many ethnic grocery stores for some delicious and affordable eats.
Remember, food is an integral part of the New York City experience, so ditch the chains, embrace the local flavors, and get ready to eat your way through the city that never sleeps. Bon appetit! Alright, last but not least, let's talk about something that might seem small but can actually make a big difference in your New York City experience: staying away from the curb. Now, I know it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people walk dangerously close to the edge of the sidewalk, especially when they're distracted by their phones or the sights and sounds of the city. But here's the thing. New York City streets are a chaotic ballet of cars, bikes, buses, and pedestrians, all vying for space. And the last thing you want is to be caught off guard by a swerving taxi or a speeding cyclist. So, do yourself a favor and give yourself a little breathing room. Walk a few steps away from the curb, pay attention to your surroundings, and avoid the temptation to text and walk. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Plus, staying away from the curb also gives you a better vantage point to soak in all the sights and sounds of the city. You can people watch, admire the architecture, and avoid accidental run-ins with rogue pigeons. So stay alert, stay aware, and keep a safe distance from the curb. Your safety and sanity will thank you for it. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 things you should absolutely avoid doing in New York City. Look, I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, these tips will help you navigate the concrete jungle like a pro. Thanks for watching. We hope these tips help you have an amazing and safe trip to New York City. Remember, it's a city that rewards curiosity and a sense of adventure, So get out there, explore, and make the most of your time in the greatest city in the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel tips and guides. And hey, if you've got any of your own New York City tips, share them in the comments below. Let's help each other experience the best of the Big Apple.